Hello everyone, welcome to Eduncle, and we have a very special guest today with us, who is Sharbana Adhikari, and she herself has qualified the UGC NET exam, both in NET JRF as well as lecturership, at a very good percentile of 99.82. So welcome Sharbana, welcome to Eduncle YouTube channel.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm feeling very blessed that you invite me here, and I am getting this opportunity to share my experience here. Yeah, I'm very happy. Thank you
And like,
so
yes,
much.
you should be because, like, first of all, very, very congratulations on scoring such a good percentile in UGC NET. So that is a very commendable achievement.
Thank you. Yeah,
So,
thank you so
yeah.
much.
So let's start the discussion with a brief introduction of yours. Like what are your previous, you can say, academic journey, and how you decided that you want to appear and qualify for UGC NET, go for UGC NET.
Yeah, yeah. I completed my BA in English in 2016. Then I, completed my MA and BEd both in English. Uh, During my university days, my friends they took preparation for this exam, and from them I came to know that this is an exam for you know becoming assistant professors, and you can research also if you can qualify JRF. From that time, I decided that I have to qualify this exam. Then I started my preparation in 2019. Then I was also doing my BEd, but somehow I was confused how to prepare, because there are so many units and the syllabus is so vast. So I was little confused, and then I only searched on the internet that is there any app or any coaching center that they provide material for it. And suddenly I just uh, got to know about Eduncle, and I called them, and they also called me, and they helped me a lot that how can I prepare for this exam. They not only they provided me the study materials, but also they helped me a lot during my preparation.
That is nice to hear. So, like, we are lucky that we will were able to help you in preparing for your journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, going down for the, yeah, your preparation
Yeah.
part. So, I will be structuring it into two parts. So, there are one discussion will be on the general paper one and how you prepared for it, and other will be for your core subject English. So, let's go for the general paper one first. So, in general paper one, like, how do you decided that how you will be, you can say, breaking down your study, and like how you'll be preparing for that particular subject, and also like you prepared for both general paper one and English side by side, or you first completed one of them and then went for the other. So like what were your views on preparing for the general paper one?
Okay, first of all, I want to share my experience. Can I can I elaborate on this?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. When I started my preparation, I was easy. I was very comfortable with my subject, that is English, and there was not much problem with that. And this was my first of all, I want to tell you one thing, that this was my fifth attempt. I gave four attempts, but I couldn't crack any of them, either NET or JRF. So I was I was just in a mess, that what should I do, or how can I do this. So I analyzed that what is my weakness, and what is missing. Something is wrong probably. So then I analyzed that my paper one score, that is very low. So I realized that if I can't score much in paper one, I couldn't crack this exam. I realized, I analyzed my performance, and then I started my preparation again on paper one, and I bought the materials from here at Eduncle, and in one book, in one single notebook, I can get many information. So I searched Google and I took help from books also. But when we make notes now, and it gets much time to make those notes and to
Correct.
go through the notes. It's very difficult to manage, to balance that your study and making notes. It is very difficult. So what I did, that I studied very minutely the study materials you provided me on paper one, and the practice papers also, the PYQs, the VSP, MSP, that books also I practiced a lot.
Mhm.
After, obviously, after reading the theory part,
Understood.
I
Mhm.
practiced a lot
Mhm.
on that.
Correct.
And then I realized that there are some portions, some units I am strong, but there are some portions I am not scoring good, so I have to improve. That I realized, and then I started my journey in that way.
Correct.
So yeah, paper two, you can manage paper two. That is not much difficult if you are good at your own subject.
Correct.
So what I decided, that I gave 4 hours for paper one, because I was that time I was weak in paper one, so I decided that I have to give 4 hours. And then paper two, I gave also 3 hours initially,
Understood.
and then as
Mhm.
the exam came nearer, I divided the time for paper one 3 hours, and for paper two 5 hours, like that.
Understood. And like you are a very good example for the students who uh, you can say gave up after 2 3 attempts. So if you are persistent, then definitely
Yeah.
you can clear the exam. And one
Hmm.
point I wanted to ask
Yeah.
you is that in your previous 4 attempts, so was the main reason of not getting selected was paper one, or it was both the papers?
Yeah, the main reason was paper one, because I scored very low at paper one, and I could not do math and reasoning portions and DI portions. That's why I failed. I failed for 4 times
Correct.
actually.
So
And
this, yeah.
I one line I remember, and I always I used to tell myself that this is my learning process, and this is not a failure. This
Correct.
is another opportunity for me to regain the strength, and then again start my preparation, and I can crack it.
So
And
yeah,
I
so
believe in
definitely you are
I
taking
believe,
positives from your
yeah, I
failure, so that
believed
is
in
very good.
myself.
Correct. So that is like
Yeah.
foremost important thing, that you should be taking positives from your failures, right? So that is also a very good thing. And one more point that I wanted to
Yeah, yeah.
like the things that we have shared. So I can take two parts out of it is like many students are there who take paper one lightly, and paper one is also very equally important in getting your selection. So what I say is paper one is your rank maker or breaker. So or your percentile maker or breaker. So you have to give emphasis to both the subjects equally. So because paper one is generally taken as a light subject, and many a times that is also one of the reasons that students do not perform very good. They have a very good performance in paper two, but in paper one they do not,
Mhm.
they are not able to perform that good. And second part is
Mhm.
also like the correct study material. So as you said that in the Eduncle books there was materials, you can say concise material. So in these exams, UGC NET exams, so the syllabus is very like vast in you can say volume.
Very
So
vast. And
completing, yeah,
especially in literature,
correct.
yeah.
So definitely, and
In literature,
yes,
you
correct.
cannot read every poets, every novelist, every
Correct.
writers. It
Correct.
is very difficult then.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So in English, that is like you can say a feedback of every student. There are a lot of writers, lot of dates, lot of years that we have to remember, lot of
Mm.
work that we have to remember. And but the important
Yeah,
thing is
yeah,
like
yeah.
which of
Lot of
them is, yeah,
information.
but which of them is more relevant
Yeah.
in from exams perspective, and which writers and poets are being asked frequently in previous years. So that will provide you a more, you can say, focused study rather than going for all the writers, and that is something that we do in the material at our Eduncle courses. So yes, that is definitely true. Now coming to general paper one. So a general paper one can be divided into a few parts. Like some of them is numerical part in terms of DI and reasoning, and then there is a theoretical part, like you can say a research aptitude or teaching aptitude, and there is more informative part that needs memorization, like computer, ICT, those kind of chapters. So what was your strategy of reading these chapters, the numerical part, the theoretical part, and the memorization part?
Yeah, I was good at theoretical part, because I love to read teaching aptitude, research, methodologies, and communication. And I was very interested at also people development and environment, that chapter, and higher education also. But I was a little bit nervous when I used to solve the mathematical problems and the DI part. So what I thought that if I am afraid of this part, and if I retreated from this part, I could never crack this exam. That I thought one day, and I that from that day I took an oath that I have to solve at least 5 maths and 5 DI every day on regular basis. That I decided, and that I did also. In the morning I used to solve the problems from previous year's papers, that what types of DI are coming, what types of mathematical calculation, mathematical reasoning. There are also the reasoning part, number series, letter series, and coding, blood relation. These are also there now. So I decided that if I want to score more than 35 plus, so 35, if I want have to correct 35 questions, then I have to correct the DI part and math part also. So what I did, I solved the maths regularly on a regular basis in the morning, and in the evening what I did, I studied the informative part, the teaching aptitude, and the research aptitude, and I also made myself notes, my own notes, so that I can go through those portions before 15 days, when the exam was near, 15 days before the exam, or 1 week before the exam. One cannot take so much stress before the before 7 or 8 days.
Correct.
So that I that I did. And our exam got postponed for many times. So
Yes.
I was not I was not very worried, because I thought that I can only have control over my preparation. I cannot control anything outside.
Very
So
true.
if I can focus on my own preparation, I can get it. Or if I am I'm just I'm afraid and I'm worrying what will do, when will exam occur, what will be my result. So it is not going like that. I cannot control the situation. I can only control my own preparation.
So
That
that is
I
a very,
focused. So
yeah.
what I did, that I used to watch the motivational speakers, their videos, and the persons who qualified JRF. I also used to watch their videos, also their strategy. I want to follow them, not imitate them. I want to follow them, and I made my own strategy
Correct.
after that.
So definitely that is something that is a very mature thinking from your end, that definitely there are things that the student
Yeah.
can control, and there are certain things that they can not control. But at the same time they should not be much worried about those things. So there are a lot of students at Eduncle
Because
who,
these
yeah,
this exam is more about your mental condition
correct,
than about your preparation and strategy
correct,
and all the other things that I
correct,
realized. This is my experience, because I am preparing for it from 2019. So, as these 3 years,
definitely.
what I realized that you should be cool mentally,
Correct,
and your approach should be different from
correct.
others, so that you can crack this exam.
Definitely, definitely. And there are a lot of students who were very much worried about this attempt, because it was
Hmm.
was scheduled into June, then got postponed to October, then again it was
Hmm.
conducted in late 2021. So definitely there were some
Hmm.
concerns, and the students who kept their composure and were only focused on the studies, so definitely they were able to perform good. And there was one stats that I would like to share. In this attempt of UGC NET, around 12.5 lakh students appeared, but only around 6.6, 6.7 students only took the exams, and remaining 6 lakhs even didn't took the exam as well. So that was also shows that many of the students might have left the preparation due to uncertainty of the exam in the middle. So coming back to the English, the core subject
Hmm.
that you had, and in which you scored good percentile. So there are, I guess, 10 units in the English. So how did you
Yeah, 10
manage
units.
like how did you prioritize which units you'll be studying first, and what are the things that you take care while preparing for the core subject English?
Okay. Okay. So, what I, decided in this case, that I used to love drama, poetry, novel, the first 5 units, non-fiction part, short stories, that part, I was comfortable with that part. So that was not a huge task for me at all. And I went through the biographies of our greatest greatest writers. They are just amazing. I used to take motivation from their life also, that we are just preparing for one exam, and what they faced in their life, still they fought against so many difficulties, and they became such popular writers. So this is not only your getting a job, not only about getting a job and cracking one exam. This is also life experience also. You can, if you if you think that this is not only a study, or your headache, that I am taking preparation for this this big, for this
So you got
a big
completely
exam. This is
involved in
such
this
a
subject, you
difficult
mean to say.
exam. Yeah, yeah. This is difficult. This is very difficult. How can I crack it? Just put aside these thoughts, and just think that our writers, what can I learn from these writers also? Their life, from their life, their biographies, and how they continued their journey. They are much more great than we, because they are creative persons. So I what I did, I enjoyed my study. When
Definitely.
I
So
studying the parts, those parts, yeah, I enjoyed my reading. I did not think about it, what will be the result, whether I can crack it or not. When I studied my subject, I totally enjoyed the reading.
and definitely like
And
thinking
then
yourself like as a
I
writer, or
I
going in,
divided two.
going into the life of writers, definitely. So definitely that will also make you feel the subject rather than just cramming up the work of the poet and dates and
Hmm.
etc. So that is something that is a very good
Yeah.
point that you shared, that
Hmm.
you have to live the subject rather than just reading it, in especially in English, right? Definitely. Please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, if you cannot enjoy what you are reading, then you are just read. You cannot grasp it, and you
Correct.
cannot internalize it on your own. Yeah,
So
that was my own opinion. Yeah,
out of the
and
10
then I
units in English,
divided the difficult parts. And
correct. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
coming to that only. So out of those 10 units, which units that you found that these are difficult units, and how did you overcome those difficulties?
Yeah, I found that, the theory part, the postmodern theory, and the theory after the World War II, research methodology, culture studies, that I initially I was not very good at, I was not very good at those parts. But after reading the study materials, watching videos, and I somehow I got the concept. I realized that if I can clear the concept of every single thing, only then I can solve the questions in the examination hall, because day by day question patterns are getting difficult and different from the previous years. So if I am not clear that what I am reading, and if I have no clear concept, I cannot solve the questions.
Correct, correct. That is very true. And there is many students think that just attempting previous year questions is more than sufficient to crack the UGC NET exam. So, what are your thoughts into this?
Questions, you can look at it, you can practice it, but you can just understand that what types of questions can come. Not the same questions will not be repeated, so you can follow them, but you have to imagine that next time what type of questions can come from this particular area or that particular topic. That is your own creative part, that I think also.
Correct. So basically, attempting the previous year questions might give you an idea about what type of questions are being asked, but it will not give you a surety that you can crack the previous year exams, next year exams, because it is not sure that the topics
With
that are
only
being
these
asked in the
questions.
last year, they will come in the future exams as well. But will definitely give you an idea of the type of question that are being asked. But completing theory and reading about all the chapters in detail, that is very much required. It has no substitute of attempting the previous year questions. That is very true.
Yeah.
And how did you? So, did you prepare any short notes for the English subject as well? Because there are a lot of poets and a lot of work that they have done. So, and also revising, because these 10 units are very much in detail. So, what happens is many students is they study the first 2-3 units and they go for the remaining units, and they tend to forget what they studied 2-3 months back. So, what was your strategy to keep all the things on your fingertips?
Yeah, what I did is that, after finishing one unit, I first revised those parts, and what I thought that during my preparation and during my works also, I have to do my household work also. So what I did is that during my works at home, I recalled that what I studied last night, what I studied 2 days before. Can I recall that? And the moment I realized that those writers and their works, I cannot remember. I cannot remember the very moment. Then what I did, I wrote down their names and their works, that I have to go through these works again. So in between I did like that. And then before starting any new chapter or new unit, I always make sure that I have to revise the previous one also with this new chapter. If I study 1 or 2 pages of the new chapter, I have to revise the before the previous unit at least 8 pages. So like that I maintain, because revision is the key to success. If you don't revise what you have already studied, it is very much difficult to solve questions in when the exam is in your is in your hand and is knocking
Yeah.
at
So
door.
regular
It can't
revision of
happen.
previous
And
units
you
is
have to
definitely
give,
required.
regular basis revision, not that before the exam I have to revise the whole thing and the whole syllabus is not like that. You can't do it like that. So if you do regular revision, it is very much easy for you
Correct.
to crack it.
That is very good to hear, and that is also very true. that regular revision should be done, because many students keep on leaving the previous units. Okay, I'll revise it after 2-3 months, and then you tend to forget it. So if you do 4-5 times
And
revision
I did
after
one thing
implementing them,
also.
correct?
Yeah, I
Yes,
did one thing also, that whatever I have studied, I just revised them. I did not take any new author, any new works, or any new thing, because the more you read, the more it comes. So like
correct,
that, whatever you have studied, if you are clear on that part, that is enough for this exam. What I realized.
correct.
Yeah, this is my own opinion. Yeah.
And in terms of study material, like what material you used for preparing for general paper one, and what material you used for English, both in terms of theory as well as you can say for practicing the
Hmm.
questions.
Yeah. Apart from Eduncle's materials, I went through Pearson's books, and this is very, very, very useful book, and also Oxford edition. These two editions are always in my lap. Always they were in my side by side. Just practiced from those books, and I also attempted mock tests. I bought your series also, mock test series, before the I think 3 months before the exam I called the faculty, and they told me that the mock tests are available, you can
Correct.
purchase it. So I took that, and I, yeah, practiced that. And for my subject, the best book, if you ask me, that for British literature, there are so many parts now: British literature, Indian literature, American literature. There are so many parts. So if you ask me that for paper 2, I specially followed Sanders, Andrew Sanders, and Rutledge edition. These are very useful books, and Eduncle materials are also very, very, very precise, and very concrete. That what information I need, I didn't go through the Chrome part or the Spark notes. If I missed that parts, I just went through your material, study material. I marked them. I highlighted the parts that I need most, and then I also cleared my concept with the help of these books, also Sanders and Rutledge. And for Indian literature, I studied MK Naik, and for American, Krishna Sen's book. This is very, very, very good book, no doubt, very good book. And for theory part, if you ask me, PK Nair,
Got it.
that book is enough for, yeah,
So
enough for cracking this exam.
this
Yeah.
is a very valuable information for all the viewers that are watching
Mm,
this
mhm,
video.
mhm.
And definitely, like,
Thank you.
do you have any tips for the students who are going to start their preparation for the next attempt of UGC NET? So, like, the things that they should be taking care of while preparing
Okay,
for the UGC
I
NET.
just want to, yeah, my first suggestion, you can say, not advice. My first suggestion is that first focus on paper 1, because do not neglect paper 1, because a very very scoring area. If you can solve DI, if you can solve math, reasoning part, and if you cleared your concept on the theoretical part, you can practice Indian logic questions regular basis. You should, and you should remember the rules, the what are the theories in the Indian logics, the various parts of the philosophies, the six schools that Charbak, Bodh, Naya. So these are very very scoring area: the Indian logic part, DI part, math part, reasoning part. So if you focus on these parts, you can easily crack the paper 1, and you can score also good at this.
Correct.
And whatever your paper 2, you can you should balance the both papers. Not only you are studying paper 2 only, and you are neglecting paper 1, so that will not be fruitful for you
Correct.
ultimately.
Correct.
And
Uh,
first analyze your weak areas and strong areas, find out your weak areas, ideas, and do not upset. Just prepare well, improve yourself. You can do it, because this is not very much difficult. We thought, when we couldn't crack, we thought that this is very difficult, we cannot do it. But if you practice plus you can work hard, you can crack it.
Definitely. And so as now you have cracked the exam and the UGC NET exam. So what are your future plans now? What are you looking to do going forward in terms of career?
Yeah. I want to do my PhD, and besides that, I'm doing my MEd course also. So I will also apply for BEd colleges further, and I'm applying for my state universities, so that I can do my PhD. I'm preparing for my PhD interview also.
Okay, that is nice to hear. So all the best for your all the futures aspirations, and we at the Eduncle
Thank you.
again congratulate on your grand success, and also wish you all the best for your future endeavors. And for the all the viewers
Thank
out
you so
there,
much.
yeah. And for all the viewers out there, will if you like the video, I'll request you to like the channel and subscribe the channel. Like this video, subscribe the channel so that you can get the future updates also of the similar successful students. And we are doing this series where we'll be interviewing all the successful students who have secured a very good percentile and into different subjects. So we have already covered commerce. This is for the English, and for the remaining subjects also we'll be coming up with new videos. And again, once again, thank you, Sharbana, for giving us your valuable time and providing your insights about
Thank
the
you.
preparation. So this will definitely help the students while
thank you so much.
yeah, so this will definitely help the students in maintaining, or you can say choose a correct course of doing the UGC NET preparation. So again, thank you, and wish you all the best.